Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt your heart pounding, your palms sweating, and your throat tightening just before you had to stand up and give a presentation in English? Maybe it was at school in front of your classmates, or maybe at work in front of colleagues or even your boss. You prepared your slides, you had your notes, but when the moment came, the fear took over. Suddenly, you forgot your words. You spoke too fast. You stumbled. You just wanted to run away. That was me. For years, I was terrified of presenting in English. The thought of standing in front of people and speaking in a language that wasn't my first felt impossible. I kept asking myself, what if I make mistakes? What if they laugh at me? What if I freeze and forget everything? But here's the good news. I did overcome that fear. Not instantly, not magically, but step by step with small actions, daily practice, and a mindset shift that changed everything. Today, I can deliver presentations in English with confidence. I'm not perfect, but I'm comfortable, and that's what matters most. In this video, I want to share exactly how I overcame my fear of presenting in English. I'll break it down into the struggles I faced, the methods I used, the habits I built, and the mindset I developed. And by the end of this video, you'll have a complete guide you can follow to reduce your fear and start building real confidence in your own English presentations. So let's dive right in. Section 1. Where my fear came from. To understand how I overcame my fear, I need to share where it all started. When I was first asked to give a presentation in English, I felt excited at first. But as the day got closer, I realized how unprepared I was for the pressure of standing in front of people. I worried about my accent, my grammar, and whether people would even understand me. The night before my first big presentation, I barely slept. I practiced in my head, but every time I imagined speaking in front of people, I froze. When the moment finally came, I rushed through my slides, speaking way too quickly, barely looking at the audience. My voice was shaking, and when I finally sat down, I felt humiliated. That experience planted a deep fear in me. After that, every time I was told to give a presentation, my stomach dropped. I wanted to avoid it at all costs, and for a while I did. I found excuses. I let others present instead of me. But deep down, I knew that avoiding the problem would only make it worse. My fear of presenting in English came from three main sources. Fear of judgment. I was afraid people would criticize my mistakes. Lack of practice. I didn't practice enough in real conditions, so I panicked. Pressure for perfection. I thought I had to sound like a native speaker, which made me freeze when I wasn't perfect. Once I understood this, I realized that the only way forward was to face the fear head-on. Section 2. Why presenting in English feels so scary. Before we move to solutions, let's talk about why presenting in English is uniquely difficult. Presenting is already stressful, even in your native language. Add the challenge of English and you double the pressure. When you present in English, you're doing three difficult things at once. Thinking about your ideas, translating them into English in real time, performing in front of an audience. It's no wonder it feels scary. But here's the truth I eventually learned. The fear doesn't mean you can't do it. It just means your brain is telling you this situation is unfamiliar and high pressure. The more familiar and prepared you become, the less fear controls you. Section 3. The turning point. My turning point came when I realized that my fear wasn't going to disappear on its own. I had two choices: continue avoiding presentations and feel stuck, or face the fear and grow. I decided to take action. I told myself, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be better than yesterday. This small mindset shift opened the door to real improvement. I stopped trying to impress people with perfect English and started focusing on delivering clear messages with confidence. and that changed everything. Section 4. The step-by-step process I used. Now, let's go through the exact steps I followed to overcome my fear of presenting in English. Step 1. Prepare smarter, not harder. At first, I thought preparation meant memorizing my entire speech word for word. But that only made me more nervous, because if I forgot even one word, I panicked. So I changed my approach. I wrote a simple outline with key points. I kept my sentences short and easy to say. I practiced explaining ideas in different ways so I wouldn't panic if I forgot the exact wording. This made me feel more flexible and less pressured. Step 2. Practice in safe environments. Before facing a real audience, I practiced in safe spaces. I presented in front of the mirror to check my body language. I recorded myself to hear my voice and fix weak spots. I practiced in front of a friend who encouraged me and gave feedback. Each time I practiced, my fear became a little smaller. Step 3. Focus on body language and voice. I realized that confidence is not just what you say, it's how you say it. Even if my English wasn't perfect, if my body language looked confident, people listened. So I practiced, standing tall with shoulders relaxed, making light eye contact with the audience, speaking slowly and pausing instead of rushing. The amazing thing was, when I looked confident, I actually started to feel more confident. Step 4. Build daily habits. Instead of waiting until I had a presentation, I built small habits that trained me for it. I gave myself mini presentations every day, like explaining what I did today or summarizing a video in English. I practiced shadowing speeches online to copy natural rhythm and tone. I spoke English out loud daily, even if it was just to myself. These tiny habits built my fluency and made speaking in English less intimidating. Step 5. Change my mindset about mistakes. This was the biggest breakthrough. For a long time, I thought, if I make mistakes, I fail. But then I realized, mistakes are part of learning, and audiences care more about the message than the grammar. So I gave myself permission to make mistakes. If I forgot a word, I used another. If I said something wrong, I corrected myself and kept going. The more I accepted imperfection, the freer I felt. Section 5. My first confident presentation. After months of practicing these steps, the big test came. Another presentation in English at university. This time, I prepared with my outline, practiced daily, and reminded myself of my mindset. Focus on the message, not perfection. When I stood up, I still felt nervous. My hands were a little sweaty. My heart was beating fast, but I didn't let it control me. I spoke slowly, made eye contact, and focused on sharing my ideas. And something incredible happened. People listened. They nodded. They even asked me questions afterward, and I answered them confidently. When I finished, the applause felt like a huge victory. It wasn't just about giving a good presentation, it was about proving to myself that I could do it. That moment was when I truly overcame my fear. Section 6. Lessons I learned. Looking back, here are the most important lessons that helped me overcome my fear of presenting in English. Confidence comes from preparation, not perfection. Daily practice builds long-term comfort. Body language is as powerful as words. Audiences care about your ideas, not your grammar. Fear doesn't disappear, it shrinks with practice. Section 7. A guide for you to follow. If you want to overcome your fear of presenting in English, here's a step-by-step guide you can start using today. Write a simple outline for your presentation. Practice in safe spaces, mirror, recording, or with a friend. Work on body language. Stand tall, breathe, and make eye contact. Build daily speaking habits to get comfortable with English. Focus on your message, not on perfect grammar. Accept mistakes as natural and keep moving forward. If you do this consistently, your fear will start to shrink and your confidence will grow. Conclusion, call to action. So that's the story of how I overcame my fear of presenting in English. It wasn't easy, and it didn't happen overnight, but step by step, habit by habit, mindset shift by mindset shift, I transformed my fear into confidence. And here's what I want you to take away. You don't need to be perfect to give a great presentation. You just need to prepare, practice, and believe that your ideas are worth sharing. If I could overcome this fear, so can you. Imagine yourself months from now, standing in front of a group, speaking in English with confidence, sharing your ideas clearly, and feeling proud. That future is possible for you. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more guides on learning English and building confidence. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.